Hello students, welcome back again in today's video lesson class. The last video lesson I have started revision of chapter number 5, okay, language of chemistry. In that we have done the revision up to the types of chemical reactions and the condition required for a chemical reactions. Combination reaction we have done, then decomposition reaction and characteristics of a chemical reactions we have done up to this. So now in today's video class I will explain you again the chemical equations. What are chemical equations? When a chemical reaction takes place, the symbolic representation of a chemical reaction that takes place is called with the help of a chemical formula we call a chemical reaction. So chemical reaction has its two parts. The left hand side of the chemical reaction is called the reactant part and the right hand side is called the product part. In between them we give a arrow mark. Okay, so the reactant means the substance that goes under reactions, they are called reactant. After reaction, the new substance that we get, we call this a product. Okay, so a chemical reaction has its two parts, the left hand side and the right hand side. If in the reactant part there are more than two substances that goes under reactions or elements or compounds, that we have to give plus sign in between them. In the similar way, in the product part also, if you get a product more than one, so we have to give plus sign in between the different types of products that we are getting. Okay, so then in between the left hand side and the right hand side we have to give an arrow mark, and above the arrow mark or below the arrow mark we have to write if there is any, otherwise not. If a special condition required, if you want to heat, if you want to pass electricity, if you have added some catalyst or some other special conditions required for the chemical reaction to happen, we have to write those information above or below the arrow mark. Generally we write in the above of the arrow mark. So in this way you have to write a chemical equation, and the equation that we have to write, chemical equation is of two types. First one, three types basically. First of all, we write a word equation, means we just write the name of the elements or compounds in the reactant part, and in the product part also just we write the reactant, the elements and compounds that we get after a reaction. Okay, so this is called the symbolic chemical word equation. After writing the word equation, we must write the chemical formula of the reactant and the product we have got. After writing the chemical formula of the in a chemical reaction or in a chemical equation, that type of equation is called skeletal equation. But after writing a skeletal equation, it is very important to balance a chemical equation. So to balance a chemical reaction, always we have to follow the law of conservation of mass. On that basis we have to write the balance the chemical equations. Okay, so this is way how we have to write a chemical equation. Now I will show you some examples where how to write a chemical equation with the help of formula and other symbols and the condition required to happen a chemical reaction. Suppose if you want to decompose water H2O, when you pass electricity over it, so a special condition is electricity. On passing electricity, that the process is called electrolysis, we get hydrogen plus oxygen. So now this chemical equation is not balanced. We have to balance this chemical equation. So for that, here is hydrogen is 2, oxygen is also 2, but here oxygen is 2, so we have to write 2 over here, that oxygen will become 2. But in same time hydrogen becomes 2 2s are 4, that means we have to make on the product side also 4. So for that we have to write 2 again here. So 2 2s are 4. So the equation is balanced. We have to write like this. Now if you want another decomposition reaction, suppose KClO3, when you heat potassium chlorate, heat, or you can write like this delta sign, this also represent the heat. KClO3 when decomposes on heating, it gives potassium chloride KCl plus oxygen O2. Okay, so now again this chemical equation is the unbalanced chemical equation, so you have to balance it. So here potassium is 1, potassium is also 1, chlorine is 1, chlorine is 1. Here oxygen is 3 and oxygen is 2. So what is the common multiple of 2 and 3? Is 6. So you have to make it 6. So for that you have to write here 3, 3 2 is 6. Again you have to write 2 also here. So it becomes 2 3 is 6. But the problem is arise once again. The KCl potassium becomes again 2 and chlorine also becomes 2. So that means in this side also you have to make them 2, potassium 2 and chlorine 2. For this what we have to write? Again we have to write here 2. So now the equation is balanced. So in this way you have to write the chemical equation. Another equation, suppose hydrogen H2 when reacts with chlorine in the presence of sunlight. Here you have to write in presence of sunlight, what we will get? Potassium chloride HCl. HCl. So again it is not balanced, so for that we have to write a 2 here, because hydrogen 2, chlorine is also 2. So we have to, if we write 2 here, so hydrogen becomes 2, chlorine will also become 2. In this way we have to balance it again. So see, we have to write the product reactant part, the different types of element or compound goes under reaction, and if there is more than one we should put a plus sign in the reactant, and product also. If there is more than one product, we must write the plus sign in between them. Then between the left hand side and the right hand side we have to give an arrow mark. Above the arrow mark, if there is some special condition, suppose here electricity, here heat, here sunlight, we have to mention that special condition. Sometimes we use some catalyst for the reaction to speed up or slow down the reaction. That means we have to also write the catalyst if there is any. Okay, suppose if you write N2 plus H2, it becomes NH3. So ammonia preparation. Okay, for this reaction what we need, we use iron as a catalyst, so write Fe. Here we need 200 atmospheric pressure, you must also write this. We need here 450 degree to 500 degree Celsius temperature. That means we have to write these conditions also, catalyst or atmospheric pressure or on heating. If you have specific temperature is required, we have to mention that specific temperature also. So in this way you get the chemical equation. Now the question is, again it is an unbalanced chemical equation, means skeletal equation. We have to balance it. So again here ammonia is 2, hydrogen is 2, but ammonia is 1 here, hydrogen is 3. For that what we have to write? To make hydrogen here 3 and 2, the common multiple of hydrogen is 6 of 2 and 3. So you have to you can write here 2. So hydrogen becomes 2 3 is 6, and this here oxygen hydrogen 2. So we can write here 3 3 2 is 6 again. So both hydrogen is 6 here, here also 6. Nitrogen is 2 already came, so nitrogen also here 2. So now the equation is balanced. So in this way you have to, students, we have to write a chemical equation. First word equation, then skeletal equation, and then we have to balance a chemical equation. So this is all about this language of chemistry chapter. So we have done the revision work of this. So go through the exercise once again, try to do the question B of equations, complete the equation, and write the word equation for each also. If you can balance, then balance also. Okay students, thank you very much for watching this video. Again we will see you in the next video class with revision work of metals and non-metals. Till then, thank you very much. Stay safe, stay healthy, and do preparation for your final examination. Thank you very much.